The night was cold. The streets were quiet except for the sound of wind blowing through the alleyways. A homeless woman sat by a closed diner, clutching her thin blanket, trying to stay warm. She had no money, no family, and no hope left, or so she thought, but in just a few minutes, her life would change forever. Because that same night, as flames rose from a burning house across the street, she would run into danger to save a stranger's child, and what happened after would restore your faith in humanity. Before we get into this incredible story, make sure Toto for more real-life stories that inspire kindness and hope. Don't forget to tell us in the comments, what's the kindest thing someone has ever done for you? It was a chilly November evening in downtown Seattle. The air was heavy with the smell of rain, and Christmas lights were just starting to appear on street corners. Amid the glow and laughter of the season, a woman named Martha sat alone behind a coffee shop, wrapping her worn coat tighter around herself. She had been homeless for almost 3 years. Once upon a time, she had a normal life, a small apartment, a job at a grocery store, even a cat named Benny. But after losing her job and falling behind on rent, one bad month turned into many, and she eventually found herself living on the streets. Every day was a struggle to stay warm, to stay safe, to stay invisible. But Martha never lost her gentle heart. She often shared what little she had with others, a cup of soup from a shelter, a spare pair of gloves, or just a kind word. That night, as she huddled near the dumpster for warmth, something caught her attention: smoke rising from a house across the street. At first, she thought maybe someone was just burning wood in a fireplace. But within seconds, she heard screams. A woman's voice was crying out, desperate and panicked, "Someone help! My baby! My baby's inside!" Martha froze for a moment, heart pounding. She looked around. Cars passed by, but no one stopped. People peeked out their windows, but no one ran forward. Without thinking twice, Martha threw her blanket aside and dashed toward the burning house. Flames licked up the walls, and smoke poured from the windows. The mother stood outside, crying hysterically. "My son! He's upstairs!" Martha didn't hesitate. She covered her mouth with her sleeve and pushed through the front door. The heat hit her instantly. The smoke was thick, burning her lungs. She could barely see, but she followed the faint sound of crying. "Hold on, baby. I'm coming," she coughed, her voice trembling. She stumbled up the staircase, her eyes stinging, her body shaking. The wood creaked beneath her feet. When she reached the top, she saw a small bedroom, and there, huddled beside a bed, was a little boy, no older than 4, clutching a teddy bear. "Come here, sweetheart," she said, her voice breaking. "We have to go." The boy was frozen with fear, tears streaking his face. Martha grabbed him and wrapped her coat around his body. As she turned to leave, part of the ceiling crashed down behind her. She coughed violently, gasping for air, but she held the boy tight and kept moving. Step by step, she made her way downstairs. Flames surrounded them, but she didn't stop. When she reached the door, strong arms pulled them both out. It was a firefighter who had just arrived. The crowd gasped as Martha stumbled out, covered in ash, her face blackened from smoke. The mother screamed with relief and grabbed her child, crying uncontrollably. "You saved him! Oh my God, you saved my baby," she sobbed, hugging Martha tightly. Martha couldn't even speak. Her lungs burned, her hands were blistered, but she smiled faintly and whispered, "He's safe. That's all that matters." Paramedics checked her over, but she refused to go to the hospital. She didn't have insurance, and she didn't want to be a burden. Before anyone could insist, she slipped away into the night, back into the shadows, where she had always been. On the next morning, the story of the mystery woman who saved a child from a burning house was all over the news. Reporters called her a hero, but no one knew her name. The child's father, a man named Daniel Carter, was a well-known tech CEO, one of the youngest millionaires in Seattle. He had been away on a business trip that night, and when he heard what happened, he was shaken to his core. His wife and son were safe only because of a homeless woman's bravery. Daniel made a promise to find her, no matter how long it took her. For 2 days, he searched. He spoke with firefighters, neighbors, police officers, anyone who might have seen her. But no one knew where she went. Then, on the 3rd day, he found a clue, a blanket, singed at the edges, lying near a dumpster behind the same coffee shop. That's where he found Martha. She was sitting quietly, sipping a cup of coffee that a kind stranger had bought for her. When she saw him approaching, dressed in a sharp black coat, clearly from a different world, she looked down, embarrassed. "Are you Martha?" he asked gently. She hesitated, then nodded. I guess you heard about what happened." Daniel smiled. I didn't just hear about it. You saved my son's life. His voice broke slightly. I don't even know how to thank you. Martha shrugged shyly. You don't need to thank me. I just did what anyone would have done. Not everyone would have risked their life for a stranger, he said softly. Especially when they had nothing to gain. He handed her a small envelope. Please, take this. It's the least I can do. Inside was a check for $50,000. Martha's hands trembled. I can't accept this. Yes, you can, he said firmly. You deserve so much more. You reminded me of something I'd forgotten, that kindness doesn't come from wealth. It comes from the heart. Tears filled Martha's eyes. For years, she had been invisible to the world. But in that moment, someone truly saw her, not as a homeless woman, not as a nobody, but as a hero. With Daniel's help, Martha got a small apartment and started rebuilding her life. The two stayed in touch. She began volunteering at a local shelter, helping other homeless people find food and warmth. A few months later, Daniel invited her to speak at a charity event his company was sponsoring. Martha stood on the stage, nervous but smiling, as hundreds of people listened to her story. I used to think I had nothing left to give, she said softly. But that night, I learned something important. Kindness doesn't depend on what you have. It depends on what's inside you. We all have something we can give: a moment, a word, a hand. The audience gave her a standing ovation. Many had tears in their eyes. From that day forward, Martha became a symbol of hope in the community. People who once walked past the homeless without looking began to stop, to listen, to care. One simple act of bravery had started a ripple of kindness across an entire city.